Doom, 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 doom. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. A little Sunday night NBA talk with Jay. We got 5 games on Monday, man. I got notes on each one of them. I'm about to go through it quick, about 7, 8 minute video, and then I'm about to get out your way, man. It's all about the info. It's all love. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you like the late night show, the early looks, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, my guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. First game up, let's head over here to the streets of Philadelphia in this one, guys. 76ers laying 5 at the house versus the LA Lakers in this one. Total sitting at 231. You got the 76ers that are 9-1 straight up and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 meetings versus the Lakers. Lakers hadn't won back-to-back against the spread in their last 10 games. For whatever reason, it's been win-loss, 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 guys. So, like I say, they hadn't been covering spreads back-to-back for whatever reason. I do believe they've won 6 out of their last 8 games, but when we're talking about here covering the spread, see what I'm saying? So Sixers have basically owned them. Um, Lakers have won 7 out of the past 9, but they have not covered back to back against the spread ATS over their last 10 games for whatever reason. And they did win the last one versus the Cavs as well. So the pattern, if you look at patterns, it kind of says that maybe the Lakers drop this one again, cover the next one versus the Pistons, and then drop the next one versus OKC. That's just what they've been doing, my guys. Sixers 1 game back at the house and then 2 more road games. So they come off 2 road games, they come home for 1 home game, and then back out on the road for 2 more road games. I don't really have a good look for this game. The trends, the patterns would tell us maybe to look towards the Sixers laying the 5 in this one. Couldn't talk you off, but I could really see this game going either way. Anthony Davis playing at a Defensive Player of the Year type of candidate, and Joel Embiid is showing why he won the MVP last year as well. Tyrese Maxey is playing like he's the most improved player. You see what I'm saying? Tobias Harris in a contract year, he's really trying to ball. I know the Lakers are still they're without Hachimura. Will it be interesting to see if they're still without Cam Reddish in this one as well, my guys, because they're a little low on size. So, but the Lakers do have the better bench in theory. So I'm not really messing with this game. Don't really have a strong feel, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Detroit in this one. The Pistons are desperate for a win. Both teams are probably desperate for the win, but the Pistons seem like they care a little bit more. Pistons have lost 13 straight games. They're also lost 8 straight games to the Washington Wizards as well, which this year you could kind of argue that the Pistons might be a little bit better than the Wizards, but both of them are bottom feeder teams. But you got the Pistons here laying 3 points at the house. Maybe they get their first win after in 14 games in this one, guys. Wizards on a 9-game losing streak as well. So Pistons lost 13 straight. Wizards lost 9 straight. Pistons have also lost 8 straight versus the Wizards as well. So you got an 8 times revenge game here for the Pistons at the house. If they can't get this win, their next 3 games are really hard as well, guys. So if they don't win this one, they're probably going to be on about a 16, 17 game losing streak as well, guys. They're only 1-6 at the house, but if you look at their next 3 games, they got the Pistons have the Lakers, the Knicks, and then the Cavs up. They could very well lose all 3 of those games. So, in my opinion, if you don't want to lose 17 straight, you got to win this game versus the Wizards team as well. So, I lean towards the Pistons laying the 3 in this particular spot. Total sitting at 234. Couldn't talk you off if it's an over type of game, but in my opinion, long as Jalen Duren is in there for the Pistons, I think they'll have a shot to win this game. I think they're laying 3 for a reason here. Wouldn't be a bit surprised. I heavily lean the Pistons to get the job done in this game, guys. Set over here to the streets of Indiana in this one. Pacers laying 11 and a half, 12 points at the house. Blazers on the back-to-back. They're coming off a heartbreaking loss versus the Bucks. They were up by 20 points in the first half of that game. Ended up letting the Bucks come all the way back and win the game. You do have the Pacers. This is their last game of a little homestand in this one, guys. They do have the Heat on deck and a 6-game road trip coming up, but we know that they ball out the house the way that they play run and gun. I'll be honest, I don't feel super comfortable laying 11 and a half, 12 with the Pacers, but this is their 3rd straight home game. They do have the rest advantage. And we know the way their offense is. If they start to hit threes, they can run any team off the floor. This is the best. This is actually the best offense that the NBA has ever seen with how efficient that the Pacers are playing right now. So could there possibly be a look ahead spot? It's very possible, but I'm not taking the Blazers here plus the points. Don't really want to lay the points with the Pacers, but I must say if I had a free bet on the game, I could only look towards the Pacers laying the double digits here. But they don't play enough defense. You need them to be in a focus spot to come out there and not lock down, down, but they just don't play enough defense for me to be laying 11.5. But offensively, they could smoke the Blazers. They could do whatever they want in this game. They've covered 3 out of the last 4 meetings as well. The Blazers have actually won 3 out of the last 5 versus the Pacers, but this is a much better team, the Pacers this year. They do have a 6-game road trip on deck. I don't have a good feel on it. It'd be Pacers or nothing for me, or maybe look towards their team total over, my guys. 2 more games here. Let's go over to the streets of Utah in this one, guys. We got the Jazz getting 4 at the house versus the New Orleans Pelicans in this one. This is a quick revenge spot for the Pelicans. Same gym, same 2 teams that's played a couple days ago. Now, you will get Zion back for this Pelicans game. We know Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen didn't play in the last game, and the Jazz still ended up getting it done. They were getting blown out at first. Jordan Hawkins went crazy in that game, but like I said, the Pelicans, those are the back-to-back coming off a big win versus the Clippers in a tournament game. They ran out of gas late in the fourth quarter in Utah. Now they have equal rest this time around. They've lost 4 straight games versus the Utah Jazz. They've also lost 4 in a row in Utah as well. Like I say, Zion's back. This line will go down to maybe 3 if you get Clarkson and Markkanen in there. Obviously, if they're out, the Pelicans will definitely take this Jazz team to Smack City. So be interested to see if the Jazz, if Clarkson or Markkanen, one of those can come back, regardless if they come back or not. I'd be looking at Pelicans in the first half and in the full game in this particular game, my guys. Obviously, the bounce back spot. We know the Pelicans are the better team. They play more defense. The Jazz, when they start hitting threes at the house, it is really tough to beat them, though. I'll be honest with you. So it is back-to-back home games for the Jazz. Like I say, they live and die by the 3 at the house. When they're making them, they can have a 10-point lead. When they're missing them, that's when you see them starting to get blown out by 20 points. They do play their best basketball at the house, but I could only look towards the Pelicans in the first half and full game in this one, my guys. Last game up, let's go over here to the streets of LA in this one, man. We got the Clippers. And I'm not even lying to you. I had a haircut appointment scheduled way before I even looked at this game, but I do like the Clippers in this spot, my guys. They've lost 7 in a row to the Nuggets. They're starting to play a lot better. I watched the last game versus the Mavs. There was a trifecta spot for the Clippers in there, my guys. They came out there and smacked the Mavs up. They were playing with great energy. They look a lot better with Harden running the point guard and Westbrook out of the way, and they have Westbrook coming off the bench, bringing the energy off the bench as well, my guys. I can't say Kawhi Leonard hadn't really looked himself so far, but he's facilitating the ball. It's not really scoring the ball. It's just that was my estimation after watching the Mavs game in their one. But they played a lot better energy. Paul George is playing at an MVP type of level. They've won 4 of the last 5 games. This is the 3rd straight home game for them as well. Major rest advantage for the Clippers. You have the Nuggets 0-4 against the spread, 1-3 straight up on the road coming when they head on the road coming off of a home game, my guys. So that's just the pattern. For whatever reason, they go home, but then they got a road game the next game. 0-4 ATS, 1-3 straight up on the season. They're 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 games, my guys. Let me see. It might be 2-8 now after they beat the Spurs in that one, but still before the Spurs game. So let me just see real quick. No, they're still 1-8. They're 1-8 ATS. Before that Spurs cover, they had lost 8 straight against the spread here. I don't like the spot. It's too many games, too many travel spots in this. The Nuggets have played very well versus the Clippers, but this particular spot, Clippers already played them tight at the house. They were underdogs, 3.5-point underdogs, and they end up covering this. They were 4.5-point underdogs. Could have won that game versus the Nuggets, but ended up losing it by 3. Now they're at the house. Nuggets sixth game in 9 days. They were off of a 5-game road trip. Then they came home for 1 game, then head back out on the road, and it's a back-to-back road game going to LA as well. You got a double revenge spot versus the Rockets on deck as well. I think the Clippers come out here and clean them up first half and full game, my guys. That's the show, man. It's all love. Quick 10 minutes. See what I'm saying? A little quick 10-minute show that broke down all the single games, man. The main games that I have a feel on are Clippers. Clippers full game would be the top spot, but I think they got to come out in the first half as well. Pelicans first half full game, and then Pistons full game as well to finally get a win, my guys. Those are the top spots. The one top spot that I'm looking at tomorrow is Clippers in the first half and the full game. I got a haircut appointment at 1 p.m. I like the spot, my guys. It's a spot that I take 10 times out of 10. It's all love, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the word about the show as well. And let's get that cash, man. We out. Let's go.